Hey everybody, what's up? Rockin' Robbie here for Robbie Rants Live, Pop Culture Philosophers. We're gonna get some more people up in here, hopefully. We're gonna be chatting about comic books, movies, pop culture, all that stuff. We just had San Diego Comic-Con, an amazing San Diego Comic-Con, in my opinion. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about the upcoming comic books, all that jazz and more. So I'm very excited to see you guys. Oh, we got some people coming into the stream right now. As soon as you get in, let me know that you're here and who you are, what you want to talk about. What's up, Ro Man? How you doing? We're going to be talking probably a lot about San Diego Comic-Con announcements today. Some really, really exciting stuff happened at San Diego Comic-Con, and I'm super, super excited to talk about it. But we're also going to be looking at the upcoming comic books for this week because we got comic books this week as well. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Iron Galactus, Mad Baby, Santo, what is up? Yes, Justice League. You talking about Justice League number 4? Pick of the week, Justice League number 4? Absolutely. Loved it. What's up, Leslie? How are y'all doing? And we'll definitely be talking about some of those trailers, including Godzilla, King of the Monsters. What's up, buddy? Going to New York City in 2 days. That's awesome. I've always wanted to go to New York. I've never been, and I've always wanted to go. You would think that I've been to New York or from New York because I'm such a huge Yankees fan, but that's not the case. When's the new custom brew video? Can't wait for that one. Well, speaking of that, the release party for that custom brew, there's a brewery here in my town. They do Monkey Knot straight to ale. That's the beer that I'm drinking tonight. They invited me, they invited the comic shop to participate in this community beer where people got together. We brainstormed some ideas and we helped brew a beer. In fact, we actually went there and helped physically brew beer. And that was super, super fun. And I really liked it. I'm not liking the lighting in here. Hold on just a second. Maybe that will help just a little bit, not too much. Anyway, so it was a super fun experience to go to Straight to Ale and help brew this beer. It's a Belgian wit. And instead of the typical orange peel, we added some lemon peel in it and we dry hopped it. So it's going to have this very aromatic, hoppy, citrusy type thing, but not your typical pineapple-y, orange, grapefruit citrus type thing, but a little bit different, something light, something easy to drink. A pool beer is what one of the guys said. Perfect beer for the pool. Absolutely. But I got to taste it this last Wednesday. It was so much fun. And it was so much fun. Just this whole experience was great. But the release party is Tuesday night. But that means that it's going to hinder the weekly comic book review. So don't expect that video until Wednesday evening, night, something like that. It sucks, but, that's how it goes. But we'll talk about it then, too. And maybe I should do a whole video about that, shouldn't I? Just like a little tiny thing. But the beer is called Tropolocal. And it's going to be available at Straight to Ale Brewery in Huntsville, Alabama this Tuesday. So if you're in the area, come up there and hang out with us and try the beer. There's a band playing. I can't remember the name of the band. It's a 3-piece. It's going to be really, really fun. The other really cool, nifty thing about Straight to Ale is that the brewery is in my old gymnasium at my old middle school. That's so cool. So cool to me. What's up, Brian? You've been getting all of the Justice League covers, all the B covers, the Jim Lee ones. I've been getting the A covers. I like the A covers a whole lot more because they focus on the whole gang, and I love Jorge Jimenez's artwork. But those B covers are pretty cool. I really like his Martian Manhunter that he did. That was really sharp. What's up, Armin? How you doing? I've heard Midtown Comics is a destination for comic book fans if you're in New York City. I've always wanted to go. I've never been to Midtown, never been to Mile High, never been to Lone Star. Always want to go to those places. I don't do as much traveling as I should. I should. Roman says when he went to New York at 16 years old, he got a picture of one of the guys dressed as Spider-Man. I think I've seen that guy, right? He's like a famous guy. He's like out there in Times Square, always dressed as Spider-Man, somewhere near the naked cowboy, I guess. Oh man, Tynion is going to be signing. That's super cool. Man, that's super cool. You tell him that we love him here at PCP. What's up, Atari? How are you doing? Hype for Action, Detective, Justice League Dark, and Spider-Man this week. Oh, yeah, some exciting titles already I'm seeing there. 2 more issues for Royal City. That's very, very sad. Plus the final issue of Descenders this week. But we have Ascender coming out very, very soon. Yeah, X-Men Grand Second Genesis this week. What's up, Grateful Jeff? I loved X-Men Second Genesis. I had to look at your. I loved X-Men Second Genesis. I thought it was really cool. What's his name? Ed Piskor, something like that. He did Hip Hop Family Tree. Love his style. Love this old school retro thing. But I think it's a very ambitious project to take all of this X-Men history and try to make it like flow. And he does it. He does it very well. And so I love that book. You live in South Georgia and order a lot of books from Midtown. Rock on. They have a lot of exclusives too. When I have to get comic books not from my LCS, I usually go to Lone Star. I really I like them a lot. I like their prices. I like their selection. I like the way they ship. And that's mycomicshop.com. I should see if they want to give me plugs, or if I should give them plugs and they can give me store credit. That'd be cool, right? But no, I really like them. I hear Midtown does a really, really good job with their mail order stuff too. What's up, Stephanie? Batman 51 was fascinating. Seems that Batman will be slipping deeper into insanity. I love the setup of Bruce Wayne being a juror. I really thought that was cool. I thought that was very nifty. Batman, Bruce Wayne jury duty, basically. And on a case that he is kind of responsible for. And I loved how at the end they all just assume Freeze's that he's guilty, right? And I love that Bruce is like, maybe we kind of messed this one up. And I like the idea that, and if you haven't read it, I'm sorry, but I like the idea that Bruce is realizing that his anger and his frustration may have inadvertently led to a false confession from Victor. So I thought that was really, really cool. Super cool. Robert, what's up? You're at SDCC right now. Did you have fun? It seemed like a crazy, wild show. This dude we know, Zach, through Twitter, was there reporting for The Beat, for Comic Beat. He runs the Batman's Bookcase website, and he helped keep me very informed. He really, really did, especially since he was at the X-Men panel today. But yeah, I really like Batman number 51. And Lee Weeks on the art, oh my goodness, that was beautiful. Yes, we do have Infinity War Prime this week. Yeah, we do. That's super, super cool. Yeah, Armin, I'm right there with you. That's why on the weekly pop culture wrap up, which I just realized I wrongly dated, because I was up after midnight working on it, and I just went ahead and put it up, and I looked at the date, and I'm used to being like, oh, I gotta change the date to the next day, so it has the wrong date on it. But yes, super hyped for Green Lantern with Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp. Oh man, I'm so pumped for that. What's up, fanboy Russ? I thought the Godzilla trailer was pretty good. I thought it was pretty decent. I thought the monsters looked really, really cool. The setup for the story seemed a little weird to me. Like, it just seemed like they went a really long roundabout type way to come up with a reason for this event to happen. I don't know. I don't know. If I'm not the guy, right? But if I was the guy in the room, I'd been like, why don't the monsters just rise up and destroy things, and we got to awaken Godzilla again to kill them all, or to win. But maybe they thought I'd be low to Pacific Rim. I don't know. The Pacific Rim is very Godzilla, but I thought it looked really cool. The music in the trailer is really weird. It felt like a family film from the 80s by Steven Spielberg. The music did, and that setup was a little odd for me, but I thought it looked cool. A little bit of a Godzilla fan, so I thought the kaiju themselves looked really, really cool. Yeah, Leslie, the upcoming What Ifs do look really cool, and the Spidey Punisher one, is the one that I am the most excited for. I thought that cover looked super, super sharp. What if Spider-Man was Punisher? I have been recently collecting up What If. I want a collection of What If, I've decided. So I've been slowly starting to get some of those, and those are so much fun. And I got a video series planned for something like that. So no announcements yet, but we'll be talking about some what ifs in the future. I can tell you that. Stephanie, I thought the Shazam trailer was the best trailer out of SDCC this week. I really did. I was really pumped for my man. And the Aquaman trailer was pretty decent. It's pretty dope. But I thought that Shazam trailer was really, really cool. I really liked it. It's right in line with the tone of that end story, even. Like, it's almost like it's like plot point by plot point, pretty much, the Jeff Johns, Gary Frank Shazam book, which I loved and thought it was really cool, and a cool updation, updation? We're going to make that word up tonight. A really cool updation of the Shazam concept. What's up, Buff Muffin? How you doing? Yeah, I love the Shazam trailer. I thought it was really, really good. You know, I haven't seen Split yet, but I went ahead and watched the Glass trailer. It looked really good. Really good. That's the first DC trailer that got you excited? Really? I'm in the minority, but I like Batman vs. Superman. Fans of this channel, and have been fans for a very long time especially, know that. It's not a popular opinion, but I adore BVS. I think Wonder Woman's pretty decent. I love Man of Steel. And I really detest Justice League. I'm with you, Jax. Shazam was awesome, but the Aquaman trailer, like, it looks gorgeous. It looks beautiful, right? And that one scene when he's a kid at the aquarium and the shark comes after those bullies, that's awesome. That's so cool. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so good. But he's still just rock star Aquaman. He's still a little broy. And I know that Aquaman's got some edge to it. And I think that Aquaman should have a little bit of edge to him. But he was like, this is badass. It's an ass whooping. So I just don't want, I think that the Aquaman movie is going to be really good. And what I'm really pumped for with that Aquaman trailer was how dope does Black Manta look, right? And he's got the laser beam eyes and he looks awesome. That was the best thing for me. Absolutely. Yeah, Shazam was great. What's up, John? How you doing? So you like the Godzilla one best, of course. Doesn't it seem a little weird that, like, John, you probably know this more than I. In the original King of the Monsters, did they have a reason to resurrect them all? I don't remember. I just remember it being a big battle, but it's been a long, long time. So is that something from the original? The idea that there's this, like, plague or virus or something they're going to have to... I don't know. It's a little weird, the setup for it, but the kaiju look amazing. And what's her name? Is it Millie Bobby Brown? She's a hell of an actor, and I think she's going to do a really, really good job there. Man, Eduardo, how are you doing? Dude, seriously, Gideon Falls, best comic book of 2018 so far. That book has it all. And it's a great mystery. It's got very atmospheric artwork, a brilliant, creepy pace, fantastic characters, very intriguing characters. Best comic book of 2018 in my opinion. I don't know what's going to top that. You know, there could be some good stuff coming out for the rest of the year, but I mean, spoilers, I think that my end of the year video, best of 2018, I think Gideon Falls might be #1. But we still got a half a year to go, don't we? Robert, I'm with you. I love Man of Steel. I just don't like the tornado scene. I really hate that tornado scene. I think it's very problematic towards the character of Superman and Jonathan Kent. I don't like that one. You like it until Doomsday shows up? Okay. I can dig that. Slime, if you unsubscribed because I was a fan of BVS, then that sucks. But, you know, more power to you. No, I really like BVS. I mean, especially the Ultimate Edition. That's just me. Venom 4 is this week. Man, I got to look at that here in just a second. Thank you guys for coming in and chatting with us on a Sunday evening. Comic-Con needs more comics. You know, Bleeding Cooler always reports that there's like somebody that does like a poll or whatever, and they check people. And apparently this year it was like something like 7 out of every 10 people there had professed to really never been in a comic shop. Comic-Con is a big pop culture explosion. It's usually more about the movies over the comic books now. But I really like how DC came out early on Thursday and released a whole lot of like industry shaking information. Now, a lot of it is information we already knew. We've been talking on this channel for a while about Grant Morrison and Liam Sharp on Green Lantern, about Kelly Sue DeConnick on Aquaman, about Peter Tomasi on Detective Comics. But there were some really good announcements, really fun. They hyped me up. They got me really pumped. So for me, here in the southeastern United States, SDCC is all about comics. But I'm sure it's a whole different thing being there. Absolutely. It has exploded as just a huge culture event. That's why, like, it would be cool to go to San Diego. It seems so overwhelming to me. I think I'd much rather go to like a New York Comic Con. Heroes Con is really something I hear is really good and something that really focuses on comic book creators. Because back in the day when I used to go to cons, like back in the day, I'm talking about the early 2000s. I'm not even talking about back in the day. But back in those days, you would go there to meet comic book artists and writers. And what's super cool is a con that we have here in my local town, the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo. My buddy Jeremy puts that on, and he gets media guests, and he gets really good media guests. And there's Power Rangers here every single year, and that's a dream come true for me. But he always has some really solid comic book talent here. He had Chris Claremont and Mike Grell the first year. Last year he had Mike Bagley, Mike Zeck, Joe Beatty, Joe Rubenstein, Kevin Stokes, and Fabian Nicieza. And I got to spend a good bit of time with Fabian and a little bit with Mark. But like Fabian Nicieza is one of the coolest comic book creators I've ever met. I love that guy. I love that guy so much. He's so cool. He is so cool. So is Chris Claremont. All these guys were super cool. I'm not going to lie. Like Mark Bagley, Mike Grell, Mike Zeck, they're all super, super cool. But Fabian Nicieza and Chris Claremont like really took the time to like talk with me and like have great conversations. And I just love those two guys so much. And what's funny is I used to talk mad shit about Chris Claremont back in the late 90s, early 2000s, because he was writing Fantastic Four, and I don't think he did a good job. But I was talking to him about Fantastic Four, and it helped me appreciate it a little bit more about the especially the character of Valeria. But anyway, I digress because I'm going off topic. Well, thank you, Armin. He's with me. DC movies aren't that bad, right? They're not. Justice League was a big stinker, though, for me. And I mean, I'm the guy that is sitting here going, I want to see a Scott. I keep messing these names up. I want to see a Snyder cut of Justice League. I would love to see a Scott Snyder cut of Justice League, but probably a Zack Snyder cut would be more appropriate. What's poppin', Ben? How you doing? What's poppin' is Pops. Funko Pops. That was bad. Yeah, Miracle Man. All right, so let's talk about Miracle Man since Stephanie brought it up. Miracle Man is finally going to be finished. Neil Gaiman, Mark Buckingham, they took over after Alan Moore. And was it John Tolban? Was that his name? So anyway, they took over for a little bit, but they never really finished it. When Marvel got the rights back to Miracle Man / Marvel Man, that's what it was originally called over in the good old UK. Was that an Australian accent? I've been watching a lot of Sugar Rush on Netflix, by the way. And I say that because one of the judges, I think, is Australian. That show's awesome. I love these baking competition shows, Cupcake Wars being my favorite. This is better than Cupcake Wars. I know, man. I'm shocked that I said that too. But I've only read like the first half or so of Alan Moore's Miracle Man. It was always that book that I knew I was supposed to read, but never did. And at this point, when I did read it, I wish I would have read it back when I was like a teenager. I really wish I would have read it back in the 90s because I don't know. You hear so much. If you wait too long to read like a work of art, like a huge seminal piece of art like that or something, I feel like if you wait too long, the hype will totally exceed your experience. Does that make sense? And to me, that's what happened with Miracle Man. So I kind of stepped back, but it is something I wanted to get to. All that was to say that Neil Gaiman and Mark Buckingham and Marvel are apparently finally going to release the last bit of their run. And I know that our fan David Hatch is super excited for that. So I don't think he's here right now, but when he watches this, he's going to know I gave him a shout out and said, hey, Miracle Man, David, I bet you're happy. Fanboy Russ says that BVS is the best DC movie. I agree. You like the Aquaman trailer? Heck yeah. I do not know how to correctly pronounce your name. That's why I'm not saying your name. I'm just going to call you Double S. Double S, I really like the Aquaman trailer. I just thought that it's a little broy. Aquaman's a little broy, a little too broy for me. But Black Manta looked awesome. The setup, the Atlantis looked, oh my goodness. Atlantis looks so brilliant, so beautiful. You know, David, I haven't seen that Godzilla Netflix series. I didn't even know it existed until like I was reading an article about it or something. I was like, this looks really cool. When did this come out? And I was like, whoa, I'm way behind. But yeah, it looks really, really cool. So if that's good and that's what they're picking up on, I was wanting to check out those series because that animation looks really, really cool. And I just found out about that series, or is it movies, right? I just found out about it this week, seriously. Even though I have Netflix, and Netflix has never decided to throw it in my face like they do everything else. You know what I hate about Netflix? Can I really rant for just a second? I hate how Netflix starts playing the program immediately when you click into it. That sucks, and I hate that. I don't always want to watch it. Sometimes I just want to read the description, and then it starts playing it. It really irks me. Does that irk anybody else? Because it really irks me. I'm excited for DC Black Label as well. Iron Galactus. Double S, I'm done with, yeah, S squared. I like S squared. S squared, I'm done with Damage as well. Straight up done with Damage. Doomsday Clock is this week. I knew it was supposed to be at the end of July, so that makes sense. Spoiler, Stephanie, haven't gotten there. That's fine, I'm just kidding. It's way more about movies. It's just way more about pop culture. It's about the movies, it's about the TV, it's a little bit about the comics. But I think that comics have adapted, and they know this. And I think that's why Marvel didn't have like too many game-changing announcements. They really, really didn't. Had the Marvel Knights Donny Cates announcement been what we all thought at first and be a line-wide thing, like Donny Cates' DC Young Animal type thing, that would have been a bigger deal, but it's just a one-shot. I was kind of bummed out. And by the way, Mega Spidey-Man, I think you commented earlier. I'm going to go ahead and get to that real quick for when you watch this later on, because I know you will. And thank you so much. You're seriously one of our #1 fans. That other guy is Karnak of the Inhumans. So I think he might live for just at least just a few issues of Death of the Inhumans, right? I swear to God, they kill Lockjaw, and Maximus, you better not kill Karnak. Donny Cates, don't make an enemy out of me. Donny Cates isn't going to make an enemy out of me. I love his work so much. So much. Seems like a really cool guy. I really want to meet him. Oh, you want to talk about the Titans trailer? I did not like the Titans trailer at all. I thought it was stupid as hell. I thought it was so dumb. I really did. The whole Batman thing, the whole ultra violence of it, the darkness of it, like how dark it and bleak it is. Like, I thought we already realized, like, seriously, that Titans trailer made it make Zack Snyder's films and David Fincher's films look like rainbow bright. It seriously made it look like Willy Wonka, like so bright. David, there you are. You are here. Yeah, Miracle Man, dude. The Snyder Cut is almost as elusive as the 24 minutes cut out of Eyes Wide Shut. I don't like Eyes Wide Shut, but I get your reference. I worked at the movie theater. That was my first movie theater job. Was when Eyes Wide Shut came out. There were people protesting in the parking lot. Slime, I totally knew you were kidding. If you weren't kidding, though, that's fine, too. What's up, Icy Cold Milk? Is your law about BBS? They did call the Godzilla Kaiju Titans. Your 6-year-old daughter loves what show? What show are we talking about? Man, I'm missing things here. Hold on. Oh, I love the last issue of Infidel. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was really good. Great wrap-up, great explanation. I thought it was really, really cool. Def Rocker, I do not think Shazam should be more serious. I think it will have its seriousness. I think it will have its serious elements. I think most of that will come towards the third act. I think this is going to be a heroic journey where at first our hero is not quite mature yet. And it's going to be just like that Jeff Johns book, but it's going to be Sylvania instead of Black Adam. By the way, Mark Strong, yeah, you know, he would have been a great Sinestro, but that movie didn't pan out. So why not, right? Mark Strong is an amazing actor. Super, super pumped. DC is killing it comic book-wise. Black Label, I'm pumped for. Killing Zone, I'm pumped for. You know, I read the first couple issues of the Weapon H series, and I did not like it. I just stopped reading it because I read so much, and it just didn't seem like it was going to be super significant. But lots of books I stopped reading, and I go back and reread. Like I recently stopped reading Michael Cray, and right there are the Michael Cray books that I just read last night to get caught up on Michael Cray. And guess what? I loved it. Loved it. Not the biggest fan of the artwork, but I really like what Brian Hill's doing with that book. So Weapon H is probably going to be one of those things. It's just, I don't think it's going to last too long. Maybe because people like me aren't talking about it. So maybe I should read it. Maybe I should get caught up right now so I can read it. But I thought the first issue was all right. It's like it's easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. Eduardo, you posted that in the PCP Army when you met him, right? By the way, PCP Army, it's a group on Facebook. You can interact on a daily basis with me and other members of the excitable PCP crew like Justin, Drew, Jelani, all of us. We're there. Brooks isn't there. He doesn't do social media. Hammer Time's not really there. He doesn't do social media. And I don't blame him. Social media can get you fired from a gig. By the way, can I just say this? All I'm going to say about this is that James Gunn being fired from Guardians 3 devastates me. That's all I'm going to say. At the time it was being published, Miracle Man was groundbreaking. Now that everyone has copied it, it doesn't seem that unique. That's exactly what I'm talking about, David. It just seems like the hype the experience isn't quite the same because we've had books like The Authority. We've had books like, we just have so many books. Irredeemable. There's so many books that have kind of taken that same idea and ran with it that I've experienced first. So it's like, I wish that my first experience with that type of a view of superheroes could have been something like Miracle Man, but it wasn't. And then the more and more I age, the more and more I do not like Alan Moore. Not his work, just, I don't know. I do not like Alan Moore's current work. I am so scared to read the new League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And I love the League. I love League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. And I don't even know if I'm going to read the new series, guys. I really don't. Yeah, Slime, the autoplays are super annoying. I forgot I even ranted about that. You know, don't they still make Godzilla movies with him in costume? Like with just a dude in a costume? I think they still do. You know, Eduardo, I just heard that too. Silencer is totally going to be in Arrow Season 7. That means those books are going to jump up. They're probably jumping up right now. They'll be jumping up this week. Silencer. And yes, David, you're right. That is the Worlds of DC. That's the new label for DC Multimedia and their movies and all that stuff. They're going to get away. They're trying to get away from the DC Extended Universe because it's too tied into the Snyderism that they were trying to get away from. So it's the Worlds of DC. By the way, that Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix is going to be in 2019, and I heard that Robert De Niro just got cast in it. If Scorsese's producing it, of course he just got cast in it. Where's Leo going to be at? What's up with Juggerduck and Cosmic Ghost Rider? I can't wait to find out, man. Juggerduck is going to be awesome. Donny Cates does the craziest, coolest what-if type ideas and makes them reality. I saw someone, I wish I could credit whoever this was. I don't remember if it was on Twitter. It was on the PCP Army. By the way, PCP Army is a group on Facebook. You can interact with us. Go to Facebook, find it. There we are. Someone was like, hey, Marvel just announced new what ifs and everybody's excited. But Donny Cates is like, I've been doing what ifs this whole time and they're canon, right? That's basically what he's been doing. What if Punisher became the Ghost Rider? What if Howard the Duck got the gem of Sideric and became the Juggernaut? Yes, Eduardo, you're talking about Sugar Rush. I love that show. That show is so cool. I love that show. And that's the same lady, the lady judge that's on every episode. She's the same lady from Cupcake Wars, which is one of my favorites. Mark Strong for the win. Mad Babies, yeah, I just saw your comment. I said it before. I'll say it again. James Gunn being fired from Guardians 3 devastates me. Devastates me. It devastates me. I just wish that man would have scrubbed his Twitter when he got hired to do those movies. There's going to be 4 writers. And the reason why you have 4 writers for that one-shot, Slime, is because it's 4 stories in that one-shot. It's going to be a Punisher story, a Daredevil story, an Inhuman story, probably specifically Karnak. That might be the Donny Cates one, and a Black Panther story. Yes, Schnepp died. Schneep, John, right? John Schneep. He, what movie did he do? He did a movie, but he did pass away. It's only going to be the one book for the Marvel Knights thing because it's just a one-shot celebrating the 20th anniversary. Which, by the way, were you around, guys, back in 1998 when Marvel Knights hit? Such a big deal. Such a big deal. Changed the industry. And that's not even a lie. Like, that's true. And it makes you want to think that Daredevil #1, the Kevin Smith, Joe Quesada, Jimmy Palmiotti #1, could be the start of the new, once we redefine some of the current ages of comic books, that could be the start right there. That or Ultimate Spider-Man #1, but probably that one, man. Seriously. When he said he was show running it, what it was they gave him the gig, and he put together the teams that were doing the books. But as far as I'm aware, it's just a one shot because Black Panther's got a book, Daredevil's got a book, Punisher's got a book, and the Inhumans got a book right now too. I like the art in the first issue of Weapon H. I don't know what's going on with it now. DC is doing standalone movies right now because the connected extended universe did not work so well for them. So they just need to do what they needed to do from the beginning and focus on making some good movies because their biggest hit is Wonder Woman. And Wonder Woman is not ultimately that tied into anything else. It's just its own movie and it stands on its own. And that's what they're doing. They're doing that with Aquaman, Shazam, the Joker movie. They don't need to really fit everything in. They just want to make some good movies because they need some hits. They need some hits. They need some momentum. And I think that DC is going to be really quick to jump into a multiverse type thing. And it's basically what it is already. It's a cinematic multiverse. So just view it like that. DC fans will like that because us DC fans really like multiverse stuff. But I don't think it's a good idea to give Black Adam his own movie. I think Black Adam should be the villain in something like a Justice League movie or especially a Shazam movie. I think it's a waste not to have him in Shazam. But you don't hire The Rock just to play a villain. You hire The Rock to be the star of the movie. And The Rock being in Shazam would have taken away from everything else, especially Zachary Levi, right? That's what I think that's their reason. Man, I'm loving Wildstorm so much. I just read the new newsletter from Warren Ellis, and he was talking about how he's plotting up through issue 24 right now. I'm going to be sad to see that book go. And I'm excited. I still hope that they do other spinoff titles because I know Michael Cray has not been the success that they were wanting it to. In fact, neither has been the Wildstorm, which puzzles me because that book is so amazing. So I hope that we get some more coming out of this universe because we're not that far away from issue 24. All right, Jeff. Batman Damned, Last Night on Earth, Deadly Duo, The Three Jokers, Batman Who Laughs, and King of Fear. Which one are you most excited about? Out of everything that you just said, the thing that I'm most excited for is The Three Jokers because I really want to know what the idea is behind that. Alan Moore's Swamp Thing is amazing. Alan Moore's done a lot of great work. I just don't really like his current work. That's all I was saying. David, some Black Label stuff will be set in continuity. Some Black Label stuff is going to be like Elseworlds. Killing Zone is probably, I believe, going to be set in continuity. Young Animal has always been in continuity, just a weird off-brand. Basically, their idea is read a comic book. If you like it, you like it. Where does it fit in? We'll figure that out later. David, yes, I think they're making things very complicated for their Walmart experiment. We're talking about the DC 100-page giants that are Walmart exclusives. I dig the idea. I think it's a great idea. We've talked about it already before on this channel. I think it's a great idea to get kids to see comics in places where they're at on a normal basis. On an everyday basis, kids are at Walmart with their parents shopping, right? They're not necessarily in comic shops. The problem is that they're on this tiny little aisle. There's very few of them, and a lot of us collectors are going to get in there and snatch them all up first. What Walmart should do, if these are going to be exclusive to Walmart, Walmart should have a giant display in the middle, the front of the store, like they do the DVDs and the Blu-rays and all that stuff, right? Big giant display, tons of those comic books available. That's what they need to do. That's what I think. And yes, John, I said his name right because Alicia has pounded that in my head over and over for the last week. Joaquin Phoenix. It is a very good run on Swamp Thing, Alan Moore. And yes, Robert De Niro in the Joker. And they did, the only thing I've heard is that he's not playing Falcone. So I'm like, oh, you just assumed that we thought he was going to be playing Falcone? I did. I'm cool with all the different labels at the DC Universe right now because they're all appealing to different type people. Does that make sense? DC Inc., DC Zoom, Black Label, Killing Zone, they're all going to appeal to a certain niche of fans, and I think that's fine. And I think, to be honest, new fans, they read a book, they're going to like it. They're not going to really even pay too much attention to what DC Inc. is versus DC Young Animal. That being said, DC Young Animal is done very, very soon. When all these books conclude with their 6 issues, like Eternity Girl and Shade the Changing Woman, all those, the line is done for now. And I don't know what's going to happen when Doom Patrol comes back, but it will come back. It will come back. Yeah, X-Men Black is going to be like a series of one-shots or a mini-series or something. Chris Claremont's going to be on that. And Uncanny X-Men is going to be coming soon, too. No creative team announced. It has been announced that Chris Claremont's doing the Magneto X-Men Black book. So a lot of people are now assuming that Chris Claremont might be the new writer on Uncanny X-Men. That could be cool, but I think it's time for some new blood, like maybe Kelly Thompson. That's what. Yeah, it's Metalocalypse. That's the show that he did. Oh, the Death of Superman Lives, the Burton film. He did that. Okay. I did not see the Art Germ Supergirl statue. I am a Grifter fan as well, Fanboy Russ. A solo book would be cool, but I really want a Wildcats book out of this Wildstorm universe. Yes, Karnak is the name of a temple area in Egypt, and I'm sure that maybe Jack Kirby and Stan Lee thought about that when they named the character. Maybe they didn't. Oh, that sucks, Blasted. There, you know where like the magic cards and the Pokemon cards and all that stuff are? That's where they're going to be at. They're going to be really, really small. They're going to be in the front of the store next to the registers. They are difficult to find. They really, really are. And they only have like 5 each. So I think they need to be big. I think they need to have more. I think it needs to be just out there. That's what I think. But I didn't do the whole thing. So. What are the details regarding Marvelous Morrison writing Green Lantern? Did he say anything about the direction of the book? Yes, he did. He said it's going to be a police procedural. It's going to be focused on just Hal Jordan and his police adventures in space. So think about like a police procedural type thing, right? So they're going to be like probably little one-shot stories, probably an overarching story that's going to conclude. He is down for 12 issues. He and Liam Sharp are down for 12 issues. If it goes further, we shall see, but 12 issues guaranteed. I got lucky enough because my buddy Lance, L.W. Allen, from Dance Panda Comics, hooked me up with all of those DC one-shots, and I still owe him money for that. S Squared, I am super pumped for the revival of Vertigo. Those are some really cool titles, some really cool concepts behind them. I'm very, very pumped for that, especially Border Town and whatever the one is that Brian Hill's doing. Super pumped for that. Yeah, they're going to get torn up, just like Books A Million books, but that's fine. The books, the point of those books is not to make money on them. The point of those books is to get kids to read them. And they're doing a terrible job at that. I agree, David. I like Oblivion Song more and more, too. Yeah, David, those spinner racks, right? They're so big that people charge like hundreds of dollars for spinner racks now. That's something we need to see, something more like that from Walmart with this experiment. And yes, I'm liking Oblivion Song. You know, I still haven't seen the first Godzilla film. Actually, me and Hammer Time are going to watch that soon. Yeah, Blasted, it just looks like there's something going on, so they have to raise these monsters, and then they make a big mistake about it, so Godzilla's going to have to kill all the monsters. But, you know, they look cool. Books A Million used to sell more comic books. I don't know if they still do that much anymore. All right, let's look at some comic books real quick. Man, we've been chatting about some San Diego Comic-Con, some fantastic news out this week, right, guys? Like we were talking about, the final issue of Descenders here, issue 32, but it returns next year with a new series called Ascender. That's very, very exciting. Hit Girl number 6, speaking of Jeff Lemire, that's out this week. Moonshine number 12, New World number 1. That is an Alesh Kot movie, comic book with artwork by Trad Moore. So that's going to be something to really look out for. That could be really neat. Realm returns, issue number 8. Redneck returns with issue number 13 this week. Saga number 54. Royal City number 13 is on the list. That's crazy. I just got 12 at my shop last week. Shanghai Red number 2 is here. I'm excited to see where that's going to go. I thought issue 1 was pretty decent. Absolutely. From Dark Horse, we got Bedtime Games number 2. Blackwood number 3. Modern Fantasy number 2. Those books were decent starts. And the Rasputin Voice of the Dragon story, that hits trade paperback this week. IDW's got a D&D, Evil at Baldur's Gate number 3. I don't read that, but you might, so I wanted to let you know. My Little Pony, My Little Pony, My Little Pony. Number 68, Friendship is Magic. I'm sure somebody here must read that book, right? What else is out this week from IDW? Not too much, really. TMNT 84. Not much that I read. Ooh, the Transformers versus Visionary trade paperback is out. That was a really good book. I really liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. Let's see if Boom has anything real quick. I believe there should be a Deep Roots number 2 soon, or number 3 soon. I don't know if it's this week. I'll look real quick. Lucy Dreaming number 5 is out this week from Boom. That's very, very cool. And real quick, let me look and see if Vault's got Deep Roots coming out this week. Brothers Dracul number 4 is out this week from Aftershock Comics. Yes, Deep Roots number 3 is out this week from Vault Comics. Vault Comics doing amazing work. Amazing work, and they're super cool guys. All right, let's look at DC real quick here. Get to your comment in just a second, Stephanie. I should have closed all these. All right, DC Comics. Let's look, right? I think we've already talked about a lot of them. Punk's Not Dead number 6, by the way, from IDW is also out this week. DC Comics, yes. DC Comics, Action Comics 1001 is out this week. That's Bendis' first issue on Action Comics. And it's got a beautiful David Mack variant cover. Beautiful. Beautiful. And a Francis Manapul cover that looks gorgeous. Oh, my goodness. Aquaman number 38 is out this week. I hope this finally ends this damn story. Oh, a DC Universe by Mike Mignola trade paperback. That's neat. Looks like it's got Doom That Came to Gotham in it. Detective Comics 985. Brian Hill's doing a great job on that. Yes, Doomsday Clock number 6 is here. And a Doom Patrol Silver Age trade paperback collection. That's right. Flash number 51 is here. It's going to be interesting to see how they pick up from the threads left behind by issue number 50. Justice League Dark number 1. Speaking of James Tynion IV, we talked about him earlier. His new book, Justice League Dark, is out this week. Mira, Queen of Atlantis, the final issue is out this week. Silencer number 7. A new edition of the Superman for All Seasons trade paperback, which is really, really good. Teen Titans number 20, which you Crush fans or wannabe fans, you know, because we don't know if she's going to be a cool character yet. That is out this week. And Terrifics number 6 is out this week. So that's very, very exciting. And Wonder Woman number 51. From Marvel Comics, we got the second issue of Amazing Spider-Man out this week. That's really exciting. A lot of people are really into what Nick Spencer was doing with that first issue there. Deadpool Assassin number 4. Mystery Madripoor, Hunt for Wolverine number 3. Infinity Wars Prime number 1. We'll see what's going on with that, if it's worthy. Marvel 2-in-1 number 8 is out this week. Mr. and Mrs. X number 1 is out this week. The Rogue and Gambit Honeymoon by Kelly Thompson, so I'm excited. Multiple Man number 2, that's a beautiful cover. That's coming out. Matthew Rosenberg really knocked issue 1 out of the park. Old Man Logan number 44, which I hear that book is ending at 50 now. Punisher 228, Century number 2. Ooh, they're starting the Spider-Girl Complete Collection trade paperbacks this week with volume 1. That's really cool. Really cool. And Venom number 4. Yes, Venom number 4 is out this week. Very exciting. And X-23 number 2 as well. And Grand Design Second Genesis number 1. Very, very cool stuff. Our homie Brett, who we know very well over in the PCP Army on Facebook, has sent me a couple messages. So I'm going to check those out. Let's see what he's saying. And then I'll get back to y'all's comments. By the way, what's up, Brett? How you doing? Morrison and GoBots. Yes, the GoBots series. I'm super pumped for that. Thank you for the shirt. Yeah, I just recently finished a big rewatch of Seinfeld. Love doing that. Brett says he's looking forward to Amazing Spider-Man, Venom, and Walk Through Hell this week. Oh, so we're going to Walk Through Hell number 3 this week. That's very exciting. Very, very exciting. So let's get caught back up on some of the comments here. We might go a little long tonight, but that's okay. We're having fun. All right, Stephanie says that she recently went through her comics and got rid of 9 long boxes. It was a ton of fun to look at everything, put them in order, but they had to go. How many boxes are you currently storing? It looks to be about 30 or more short boxes. That's short boxes. Short boxes. So about maybe 15 to 16 long boxes worth. I have done many purges in my life, and I am about to do another giant purge. The only thing that's ever safe when I do a purge like this is Fantastic Four. You know, I heard Shin Godzilla was good, but I haven't watched it yet. Oh, that would suck if they don't continue it. I hear really good things about that. Oh, Adam, you were at San Diego? That's super cool. How are the guys at Vault? Apparently they give you a lot of stuff, so that seems cool, right? Oh, and an autograph Failsafe. I haven't read Failsafe yet. I'm still waiting on that trade. They had the trades there, didn't they? And I love Submerge number 1. I'm loving everything from them. Bone Parish does sound really cool. Apparently Toho wants the Americans to kind of have their go at Godzilla before they start theirs again. The status of New Age of Heroes is I think a lot of them are going to be wrapping up probably between 12 to 18 issues. But that's not official. My thoughts on Immortal Hulk right now, I loved issue 1. I loved issue 2. I thought that was the best of the series so far. I thought issue 3 was a step back. It was a neat concept that they were going for structure-wise, with the different artists, with the different perspectives from the different witnesses to the event. But overall, it had a goofy tone, much more so than a creepy, chilling tone. And it really took me completely out of the tone of issue 1 and 2. And I thought that was a problem. That's what I thought. Thank you, baby. I love you too. Yeah, the art was different because they had a bunch of different artists, and the art was good. It was like, so the whole idea was that there's this incident involving the Hulk, and they have like four witnesses or something, and each witness is telling a different version of the story, and each one is kind of like a different like comic book style, and I thought that was cool, but it really took away from the tone that Al Ewing and Joe Bennett had already established in the previous 2 issues. So I didn't really like it that much. Yeah, I would take anything Vault gave me, man. Absolutely. You know, I should have a Robbie Rummage sale. You know, I'll probably have one on eBay. Maybe I should let you guys know. Adam says the guys at Vault Comic, the gang was super, super cool. I bet they are, man. They're the coolest guys online. They really, really are. Yeah, Damage has not been good for me since Tony Daniel left the book. Sideways, Sideways is the one I haven't really responded to that well. I'm still liking Terrifics. I'm still liking Curse of Brimstone. I'm still liking Silencer. Yeah, he did have a garage sale, didn't he? Gideon Falls did get a TV deal very early on, so that's very exciting. Stephanie, if you looked at my Spotify to see what I've been listening to a lot lately, you would see that I've been listening to a store playlist for my job a lot. But you'll also find out that I've been listening to a lot of Counting Crows and Live lately, because this Saturday I'm going to see the Counting Crows in live, and I'm very excited for that. I've seen Live before, and I'm excited to see them now that they're back together again. And I've never seen the Counting Crows, so I'm super, super pumped for that. Me and Mike the Voice Matthews are going, and it should be a very, very, very fun show. Super pumped for that. I also been listening to the new Fitness album a lot. Karate. Fitness is Kenny C, previously of AWOL Nation, and Max Collins from Eve 6. And Eve 6 is one of my favorite bands. So that's how I got into Fitness. But it's like straight up, but they both decided they just wanted to make the music they wanted to make without any producers or record companies telling them what to do. And so they did Fitness. And Fitness is awesome. You can look them on YouTube. They got the agriculture DVD, not DVD, but EP, and that's coming out, and that's really cool. I just realized I did not plug up this damn laptop, so I got to do that real quick before this just dies. Even though it is tradition here to have the stream just die, right? So anyway, Fitness I've been listening to a lot lately, and I've been listening to a lot of Our Lady Peace lately because they finally released all of their Somethingness album, and I'm really, really liking it. So that's what my Spotify has been bumping lately. Roman, I agree. I mean, Terrifics, I think, is one of the best ones. Like I said, Terrifics, Curse of Brimstone, Silencer, those are the three that I really, really like. I'm not liking Sideways that much, but Grant Morrison's going to be doing a story in one of the annuals, and it pisses me off because I'm going to have to read it. And so, yeah, S Squared just mentioned that. Man, a lot of you guys are liking Sideways. Okay. All right. I should give it a chance again. I think when the trade comes out, I'll read it. Oh, David, you haven't read that Lee Weeks Batman issue yet? It's one of Tom King's best, and Lee Weeks is amazing. Amazing artist. Alicia, how badass did you think the Aquaman trailer was? My man. I thought it was all right. It seems like we're just going to have fun with this version of Aquaman. But I thought it looked beautiful. I really, really did. And I'm most pumped for Black Manta. I think he looks so badass in that trailer, and I think he's going to be bringing an ass whooping. So basically, my thoughts about the Aquaman trailer is I could dig it. Shang-Chi should totally have a Netflix series. It'd be better than Iron Fist. It really would. I also think Moon Knight should have one, and Blade. That's what I think. No Slime is just a different computer. I don't know what David Finch has been up to. I really don't. Not since Wonder Woman. What's he doing? I have no idea. Yeah. Oh, Yul Brynner would have been a great Professor X or Namor in his time. He would have been great for any of these comic book movies in almost any part. Seriously. Yul Brynner's one of the best. Absolutely. John, it looks like it, doesn't it? It looks like it's the New 52 Aquaman story brought to life, but that's exactly what Shazam is. It looks like the same thing. Yeah, it's Hammer Time making a rare appearance. Hammer Time on Be By tomorrow night after work, by the way. But it's going to have some bits of the New 52 origin story, and Aquaman does got that gruff edge to him, but he's not quite so bro-y. So that's a little different, and it's still been one of the biggest parts for me to have to deal with. But I thought the action looked amazing. Black Manta looked amazing. Atlantis looked amazing. Yeah, I don't know what happened to the new Moon Knight title because I have not been liking what Max Bemis has been doing with it. It's too soap opera-y for me. Sorry you didn't like the Shazam trailer. They're definitely going with a more of an all ages, family friendly type vibe. Maybe not completely all ages, but something funny, something silly. Definitely. I'm sure you're going to be fighting vampires in 5 points with your Vampire the Masquerade crew, but I'm going to be by there. Just saying, just letting you know so you're not surprised. Are you guys having a vampire slayage party without me? Come on. Come on. A ROM movie? I'd check it out. I'd check it out. I'd check out a ROM movie. I used to like ROM when I was a kid. I used to read those comics. That's what I used to do. You're reading Bram Stoker? Like Dracula? Or are you reading like something else by him? Or are you reading, do you have the corpse of Bram Stoker and you're like reading it like tea leaves or something? Ah, I got you. Under 4 months to get this room organized. I have to have this room organized by Friday night when we film the next batch of Movie Mondays. So, and I'm sure my girlfriend would really like this room to get cleaned up too. I got a lot of stuff to get rid of though, but it's in a lot better state. I know it may not look like it to you guys from this angle. It is in a lot better shape than it was last week. Trust me. Yep, and there's Alicia telling me he better get it organized. Well, you don't tell me what to do, Alicia. I'm my own man. But yes, dear, we're working on it. You know, I built that bookcase today. I mean, you know, a 20-minute building of a bookcase was my Sunday project, and I'm very pleased. I don't know if I buy the Jonathan Hickman on X-Men rumor. The reason why I don't know if I buy it is because Jonathan Hickman hates the X-Men. But that might be why he wants to do it. Yeah, I already knew all that though, John. I'm prepared. I just want to watch it because I want to watch that. I want to watch the Kong Skull Island thing, Kong of Skull Island, whatever that one is. Thank you, Alicia. The bookcase, that badass bookcase is tip top. My man, yeah. Jesus Christ. Stephanie, I don't know what his beef is. He just never really, he doesn't apparently like the X-Men. It's something that never appealed to him. See you, David. You keep on rocking. Who would I cast as the new Wolverine? Michael Cera. Or Joaquin Phoenix. No, I like seriously, Tom Hardy would be a good, great Wolverine. But he's already Venom. But it's not connected to the MCU. There you go, Slime. Chip Zdarsky said that he hates Spider-Man, but he makes one of the best Spider-Man books out right now. So maybe Hickman is doing the X-Men. Maybe someone that hates the X-Men should do it, to do something different, to make the X-Men book that Hickman wants to read. If Hickman wrote the X-Men, whether he hates the X-Men or not, I would read it. But I think it's going to be Kelly Thompson, Tom Taylor, or Chris Claremont. Adam Driver's Wolverine, I could dig that. I really could. I think he'd make a better Cyclops, though. I really, really do. Yeah, X-Men fans may be a little hard to please. Maybe. But aren't all of us comic book fans hard to please? Once again, I've been asked about James Gunn. I'll say this again. And that's fine. You weren't here for this, but I don't mind saying this over and over again. James Gunn being fired from Guardians Volume 3 devastates me. That's all I'm going to say. There you go. Devastating. Yeah, well, Hugh Jackman wasn't short, and it worked, so why not? I don't think that you have to. I mean, what, Tom Cruise is going to play Wolverine? At least he'd do his own stunts. What's up, Robbie? How you doing? Joaquin Phoenix. I can finally say it right. You can. Alicia spelled it out for me phonetically. So now it's visually in my head when I want to say Joaquin Phoenix. And so now I no longer say Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah. Oh, yeah, John, you make a good point. You make a very good point. You know, maybe we should fire Disney for Song of the South and for Dumbo and for the Aristocats and for a lot of things that they did. The thing, I said I wouldn't go any further. This is the thing. This is something James Gunn did years and years ago. It's something that has always been public knowledge. It's something he's already apologized for. He apologized for it again. He has attempted to make his life better. I think that people making mistakes is okay. I think people making the same mistakes over and over again is when it gets not okay. James Gunn doesn't make those mistakes anymore. He doesn't do that. That being said, I'm really pissed off more they didn't go and scrub his Twitter clean, because he should have. It is what it is. It devastates me. It devastates me. I'm so bothered by this news. It's like it. My buddy Kiera, Nightly Nerd, over on Facebook and Instagram. Check him out. He's a really cool cat. He works with me. He said that Friday, that Friday, or yeah, was it Friday that we found that out, or was it Saturday? Whenever it was, he said that I visibly went from being super hype all day to being really down for the rest of the day. It bummed me out. It bummed me out like crazy. My favorite new trailer was Shazam. I really liked it. Yeah. Alpha Flight movie. You think they should do one? That could be neat. Who owns the rights to Alpha Flight? Is that an X-Men property or is that a Marvel property? Oh, no. And are you talking about current Marvel Flight, like Alpha Flight with like Captain Marvel and all that stuff, or old school? I don't know who owns the rights to the old school. I would assume that Fox might. Seems like it'd be an X-Men property. And at least two of those characters I know are mutants, right? North Star and is his sister Aurora? Yeah, and then Michael Eisner wasn't the best either. It's devastating. Devastating. Yeah, I think now, John, knowing what they're doing with Shazam, yeah, Zachary Levi, it makes complete sense. The first appearance of Cosmic Ghost Rider, I believe, is straight up issue 13 of Thanos. Alicia, we did get a Jim movie. They did one like 2 years ago, and it was like Hannah Montana terrible. But it would be really cool to get a new Jim movie that's like more in line with Kelly Thompson's vision of Jim and the Holograms from the IDW books with Sophie Campbell. In fact, I would love to have a new animated series based on that work. Absolutely. James Gunn, back in his day, James Gunn used to work for like Trauma Films and all that stuff, right? So James Gunn was a provocateur. He would try to say things that would be offensive and just like in your face, because that's what he thought he was doing. So he made a lot of inappropriate jokes, mostly involving around pedophilia and rape. And they're not good jokes, and they're terrible comments. But it's seriously, these are things from like 2008. And somebody went and dug him up. Someone who didn't like his political views on on Twitter, dug it up and caused a big stir about it, and Disney fired him. Yes, Nelson, I'm right there with you. The Titans trailer was the worst. I hated that trailer. Like, what are they trying to do with that? That's so stupid to me. God, so stupid. F Batman. F the Titans. Screw that. Screw that show. I'm probably still going to watch it. Brian Hill's doing a couple episodes. It bothers me because I really want to check it out because of his work. I really respect his work. Yeah, the old Alpha Flight would be a cool property to use. I think it would be really cool. I don't know who has them. Nobody F's Batman. You're right. I heard that there's going to be Kamala Khan introduced into the MCU, and that seems really cool. I love the character of Kamala Khan. I love her fangirlisms. I love the character. I love the costume. I love the powers. I love the world that G. Willow Wilson built up around her. Miss Marvel is it's got that feel of the Steve Ditko, Stan Lee Spider-Man stuff, at least for me. Nothing ever goes right for her. She's trying to be a hero. Her personal life suffers because of it. She's got family that expect things from her, friends that expect things from her, and she's just trying to be the best superhero and Avenger and champion that she can. And it just doesn't work out for her. I can't wait until we get to the inevitable no more Miss Marvel story. We've already had that a little bit. The Glass trailer, we talked about a little bit. I loved it. I thought it was really cool. I haven't seen Split yet, though. I really need to watch Split. I hate that it's been spoiled for me, but I do want to watch Split now. I really do. Like most people, I got out of M. Night Shyamalan's movies. The last one I really watched was The Village. I love Sixth Sense. I love Unbreakable. Signs, and then The Village, and I was done. Yeah, I hear Lady in the Water's okay, though. But I heard Split looks really good. I heard Split's really good. And Glass looks really, really good. So, kind of pumped. I think we're going to have to watch Split now. Godzilla is very, very big, very large. Not as large as Godzilla is supposed to be, but oh well. We just have to deal with it. I just hated The Village. I hated it so much. I like Alicia's comment there. If you guys don't know, me and Alicia are together. Tell Robbie here to do a movie Monday on it so we can watch something that's not Spider-Man. Well, we have Movie Monday pretty much planned out for the rest of the year. Alicia, I have not been making you watch these DC animated films with me. I've been trying to fit them in while you're at school or work. So there you go. I've already watched Superman Doomsday. We're going to be focusing on this year. We're going to be focusing on the DC animated films, starting with Superman Doomsday, Justice League New Frontier, which I had to rebuy because I let someone borrow it years ago and they never gave it back, and I don't remember who it was. But now I got it in this cool 10, but I need Brooks to bring it back because I need to watch it like right now. And Batman Gotham Knights, Wonder Woman, all those ones. We're going to do those, and we're going to just do the whole DC slate because we spent a lot of time on Marvel films this year. We want to spend some time with DC. And in between all that, we'll be doing movies like Christopher Robin, Bohemian Rhapsody, the Fantastic Beasts movies, Aquaman, obviously. And then next year, I think we're starting a big X-Men rewatch leading up to Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, and New Mutants when that finally comes out. But Alicia got tired of watching Spider-Man movies with me. I don't blame her. I had such a struggle to get through Amazing Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 2. And the movie Monday for Amazing Spider-Man 2 is out tomorrow morning. And we do not like it. So I'm excited to get some stuff that will have some more positive things to say about. Mark Wahlberg going to be Green Lantern? I doubt it. But that would be neat. But I don't think they're going to go with him. Where'd you hear that? He doesn't always mess up the end of the movies. I like Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. Signs was the first movie where I was like, I don't like this movie. And then I watched The Village. I was like, I really don't like this movie. At that point, I thought M. Night Shyamalan should have just done a new Twilight Zone series. That's what I think. I have not seen Annihilation. I hear it's really good. I hear it's one of the best sci-fi movies out ever. And I'm really pumped. I want to watch it, but I haven't. Very little time. Very little time. Yeah, S Squared, I'm going to tell you, it's not a very positive movie Monday. I heard about The Devil. I heard Devil was good. Now, he had just produced that one, though, right? He didn't actually direct it, I thought. That's what Alicia just said. I don't think so. No, Def Rocker. I do not pay attention to Ethan Van Sciver anymore, so I have no idea what's going on with that cat. Probably something ridiculous. What, me? No, I'm just trying to invite a conversation. Only 3 of his movies have a twist. Sixth Sense had a twist. Unbreakable had a twist. But did it really? Kind of had a twist, but not really, did it? I don't think Unbreakable was so twisty as people realize or think. Signs didn't really have a twist, did it? Village had a twist. You know what? Maybe I should do an M. Night. Oh, I watched The Crappening. I remember that now. I completely blocked that out of my head. That's why I stopped watching his movies. It was The Crappening. Other people know it as The Happening. We've always called it The Crappening. I hate that movie. That movie's so stupid. I hate that movie so much. Jesus. God, I hate that movie. Oh, I hate that movie. And, you know, Signs has Joaquin Phoenix in it. Kaka. I don't know it. Oh, whoever directed it killed it. I got you. They should draw Jon Stewart with a beard. I think it might make him look a little cooler. You know, I think beards make a lot of dudes look cool. Somebody just shared to me the Split movie. Like, where did you get the Split movie? That's hilarious. That's awesome. And yes, Stephanie, The Crappening is the worst. That movie's so bad. It's so stupid. That's the 3, Adam says. Okay. Didn't he do the Avatar movie? I heard that wasn't very good. But I've never seen that TV show. But I hear it's really, really good. Yeah, I guess that the whole water thing is kind of a twist, but it's not really like a twist like Sixth Sense where you're like, oh my goodness. Like, it's just the whole thing is water. Like, water with weakness and Unbreakable, and I get that, right? So then water's the weakness in Signs, okay? Water is the weakness. These aliens have a weakness to water. Okay, I get it. Maybe M. Night Shyamalan had something happen with water, right? Maybe he almost drowned or something, right? In fact, Sci-Fi Channel did like a documentary about him that was like a mockumentary or something during Sixth Sense's release or something like that, and they were talking about that, his fear of water. Okay, but if the aliens come, or if the aliens are like allergic to water that much, and they go to a planet that is seriously 2/3 water, that's BS. That's bullshit. I agree with you, John. I would rather get punched in the junk than watching The Crappening again. Absolutely. Well, thank you. I think Joaquin Phoenix is a brilliant actor. I love him as Commodus in Gladiator. I almost just started calling him Commodus Phoenix. Is there a real band named Junk Punch? It sounds like there should be a band named Junk Punch. The first Disney film that I've seen was The Cat from Outer Space. What's yours? Ooh, I do not remember what the first one I ever saw was. I'm sure it's something when I was super, super tiny. The first one I loved and adored was Robin Hood with the fox. I love that movie. The Happening is about plants want to take revenge against humans, right? So they release this shit into the air that takes away the survival instinct in humans. So like you'll just accidentally walk off a cliff and die. But it gets really too complex. Like I can understand that something chemically that the plants would release would make us like lose that instinct of survival, that we would like walk in front of a car and not realize it and die and not even care. But in the movie, for instance, there's this one part where this dude like sets up his lawnmower to be running without him, and he like lays out in front of it on purpose. That's dumb as hell. That movie's so stupid. Oh, I hate it. Ugh. Adam says he's a fan of all of his films, minus Avatar, and then felt the need to tell us he was a film major. I got you. I love film too. You know what? I'm going to rewatch a lot of his films with a different appreciation for it. And I just want to see how I feel about it, man. But I don't think he's a bad filmmaker at all. I just think that he got kind of like stereotyped in the whole twisty type thing. Do you know what I'm saying? The Village just did not do it for me. And do you like The Happening then, Adam? If so, I'm really sorry if I'm talking so much shit about it. Not trying to talk so much shit about M. Night Shyamalan. I'm really not. I really love Sixth Sense and Unbreakable. I think those are two brilliant films. And I've heard that Split is really, really good. The aliens came from inside. Are you talking about the signs? Were they not aliens? I'm going to have to rewatch his films. Nelson wants to pivot the conversation. Have you watched Ant-Man and Wasp yet? Saw it recently, thought it was okay. Some good moments, mostly underwhelming. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was way better than the first Ant-Man. I loved the performances. I liked the story. I thought it was a really good movie. I really liked it. We did a movie Monday for it. All of us really liked it. Jelani was not on that movie Monday. He has since watched it. He enjoyed it. And he hated the first Ant-Man. Aladdin was one of my favorites growing up, too. My sisters loved Little Mermaid. I think a lot of people don't like The Happening. Huh. I get what you're saying, Adam. His films are shot very, very well. Like, absolutely. Like, seriously. Even The Happening was shot very well. I get what you're saying. David says that I don't really watch a lot of old school kung fu movies. That's more my buddy Richard's thing. We plan on doing a kung fu podcast, but I got a lot of work to do. But as I stand right now, because I haven't watched a lot of them, Enter the Dragon. They came from inside the earth? I don't remember that. There you go. Here I am making making opinions like 20 years later almost, and I don't even remember most of the movie apparently. Adam, I loved Rescuers Down Under. I loved Rescuers Down Under. When I watched that movie, I didn't even know what the Rescuers were. Same thing with Five Will Goes West. I didn't remember American Tail. But like Rescuers Down Under, that was my jam when I was a kid. And I still have some of the McDonald's toys with the little viewfinders and all that. Super fun. Yeah, I just don't like that happening, man. It did have a good cast, though. Great Mouse Detective. That's a good one. David thinks that we should do the Pitch Perfect series for a movie Monday. Maybe one day we will. Brett says he's rewatching Unbreakable at this exact moment. No, we haven't talked about the Eisner winners yet. We can get to that before we wrap up here. Oh, I love Iron Giant. I remember Fern Gully, too. Huh. John Leguizamo's totally been in a film since then. He was in Land of the Dead. I know it. I note it. Wait, was Land of the Dead before or after? Maybe he hasn't been in movies since then. Man, the only way that we will do a movie Monday for The Happening is if we did a movie Monday for all the M. Night Shyamalan stuff. When does Glass come out? I don't know if we can schedule it in before then, but maybe we should. Maybe we should focus on that director. Maybe we should do a podcast about that director. Our very next podcast that's going to happen eventually is going to be about Steven Spielberg. So maybe we should do a spotlight on M. Night Shyamalan. I barely remember Space 1999. I remember that it was a thing that was out, but I didn't really watch it. Ooh. See, Slime, you would think that because I work at a comic shop, I would be against digital comics, but I love digital comics. I really do. I'm cool with it. I know a lot of people that do independent, like indie comics, you know, and they're on Comixology. And the more people that get on Comixology, the more that they are likely to see books like that, like a book I was involved in called Black Spec, which is on Comixology right now. And you can go and buy it. And it's really good. At least I think so. But I was the editor of that book and I helped shape it a little bit. And I love that book so much. It's on Comixology. I would have liked to have seen the Jessica Jones book in print, but it was really good. It was so good. So I like digital comics. I really do. Because it's a good way. We'll never be able to own every issue of Action Comics, but digitally one day we could have them, right? And that's super fun for me. Oh, it's Phil Leguizamo. Okay, I got you. I haven't seen John Wick. Oh, Nelson, that's a kind of a brilliant and scary idea. Someone can pick the movie Monday. Oh my goodness. Whew. I don't know if I don't know if I could just watch any movie that someone tells me to watch, man. There's some really bad ones out there. Collective Soul. Easy. I'm not a Soul Asylum fan, but I love Collective Soul. Seen them 3 times. Why haven't I seen John Wick? Time. I read a lot of comic books, though. But I hear John Wick's good. I've always wanted to watch it. I get so far behind on certain movies now, though. Now, you don't get the full effect of a comic book, I believe. Like, my girlfriend has caught me smelling comic books and books before. Like, it's a sensual experience to me. So there's that. You miss out on that. But it's an affordable way to get some old school type stuff. Yeah, you guys would immediately... I'll tell you this. If I can get 5 new Patreons in the next week, like until next Sunday, if I get 5 new Patreons, I'll do a Movie Monday on The Happening. 5 new Patreons. And all you got to do is do $1 level. And you unlock the PCP After Hours podcast, which I think is worth the $1 alone. But that's just me. Oh, yeah, that's why we brought up John Wick. John Leguizamo's in John Wick. You know, I like... That's Luigi. That's my Luigi. You know, and another good thing about the digital, like going digital, because WrestleMania just said that he went all digital, is that it cuts down on a carbon footprint. And there's less, like, paper material. Like, you know, get what I'm saying? And when you're dealing with space issues like we all do, sometimes it's good to just be like, you know what? My Superman collection should just go digital. Because it's very kind of sporadic anyway, right? So I think digital, I don't know if it's the way of the future. And I think comic books will always be in print as well. And you can't beat the experience of a comic book in print. But I read all my magazines. I read digitally now. So, you know, if comic books went completely digital, I would miss the real texture of it and the smell and all that stuff. But, you know, I think it'd be a cool idea. And I don't think it's going to completely overwhelm it or take over. I think there's room for both digital and print. I haven't seen Chef. Oh, well, thank you, Nelson. Nelson just says he just went on to Patreon. So 4 more Patreon subscribers this week, and we'll watch The Happening. It might be a few weeks because we got a schedule we got to fit in, guys, okay? But we'll do it. We will do it. I'm with you, Slime. I just watched A Quiet Place for the first time. That was a movie I wanted to watch in theaters. And I was kind of underwhelmed, but I was also falling asleep. And I need to watch it again. Yeah. You can't beat looking at album artwork. I used to I remember getting CDs. I'm not as super old enough to remember vinyl. I remember vinyl, and I remember having vinyl when I was a kid. I used to play the hell out of a 45 I had of Bobby Brown's Every Little Step I Take. I loved it. Anyway, so it's not in the description right now, but it's in the description. The Patreon link is in the description of every other video that we do. So it's there. If you're on YouTube, there should be a little tab up there, somewhere around up here. So on the homepage that's got the Patreon symbol, but it's also just patreon.com/PCP. Super easy. But when I would get CDs, like the liner notes, the liner notes and all that stuff, I would read, I'd pour over. And if the lyrics are there, I'd get so excited. I'd read the thank yous, all that stuff. All that's gone now, isn't it? I use my phone for my dictionary now too, or just the computer. You know, and that's one of the cool things is like, you know, physical media for music especially, and movies even, have gone down. But like things with movies like the steel books, they had a collectible idea behind it. The vinyl, the resurgence of vinyl. There's some really good remasters that are out with really cool artwork. Like I was all down for all the like The Cure was doing it for a while with all their CDs, and that was amazing. I'm sure the vinyls are great too. But I don't have a record player. But I was getting all the Smashing Pumpkins CDs for a while, but when they hit Melancholy, it got too expensive for me. I was like, I already own this digitally. Why would I? And nowadays, I don't even buy a lot of music digitally. I go to Spotify. So that's what I do now. And I've resisted buying a record player because I don't need another thing to collect. But I do have some records. I got some Oasis records, and I got some Foghat records because I'm a huge Foghat fan. And for some reason, my friend Jen and a few others, they decided that they would start buying me Foghat albums. So I have a lot of Foghat records. Oh, heck yeah, Comics Misexplained. You work at a vinyl distributor, so records are pretty much your life now. Heck yeah. I do remember The Prisoner. They got a comic book out now. You're talking about the original, the British version, right? Yeah, it's good stuff. The TV show that I can never miss and can't wait for the next season. I do not stay caught up on a lot of current television. So for me right now, that is Stranger Things. Stranger Things is something that like I am so into, and I've watched season 1 so many times. I've watched season 2 a couple of times, and I cannot wait for season 3. Stranger Things, straight up. Right behind that, Queer Eye. I don't even know what Hailstorm is. Alicia, I do have your Thriller. I think it's still over at John's place. Oh yeah, the British version. Yeah, it's good stuff. I do collect pop figures. I'm trying to get out of collecting them because they keep coming. But I do have pre-orders for the David from the Lost Boys. I'm excited for that one. So excited. And my buddy, I got a buddy who works at the Funko booth every year at San Diego Comic-Con, Emerald City, New York. He always brings me something back, so I'm excited to see what he brings me back this year. Hopefully, a Hellboy or Ron Swanson. But I do collect the pops. I'm not an avid collector. I'm trying to get a little bit more away from that. But they keep coming up with some really cool ones. In fact, I got a lot that I'm going to be selling in the next few weeks. I gotcha. I think analog is going to be better than digital in almost anything because, like, even with movies, because it's better to have the disc that you put in your Blu-ray player and it plays. Because sometimes your Netflix doesn't want to work with you. I haven't had that problem here in our new spot, so that's really, really cool. Yeah, I do sell on eBay. I do sell on eBay. And if when I start doing that more soon, I'll let you guys know. In case there's anything you guys want to see. And maybe I'll even give you a special PCP discount. Santo, I'm going to set up, I might, I don't want to give my name on eBay out right now, but I will get to that. I don't have anything up there right now anyway. You know, I didn't even think about that. Watching old horror films on VHS, and it adds to the experience because they're fuzzy and you got to adjust the tracking and all that. That sounds like a really, really cool idea. That's really cool. That's a really cool idea, actually. I have a couple Star Wars pops. I got a Kylo Ren, and I got a General Grievous, and I want to get a Darth Maul because I like the villains. Have they done a Dooku? Because they do a Dooku, I want a Dooku. I just recently got a Dooku toy lightsaber. I'm so excited for that. Yeah, Betamax. That's awesome. You know, I do have a VHS copy of Suburbia. It's a Richard Linklater film with Giovanni Ribisi. Nicky Cat, Parker Posey, and a few others. I adore that film. I think it's only available on VHS. I don't have a VCR, but I still have that movie. I want to watch that again soon. Parker Posey is one of my favorite actors of all time. Have you seen The House of Yes? If you haven't seen The House of Yes and you're a fan of Parker Posey, please watch that movie and let me know what you think about it. I love that movie. I try to watch it every Thanksgiving. I think we're all old here, Slime. We're talking about VHS and vinyl and how we just did damn digital comics. I love the Pops. They're cute. They got a lot of licenses. Where else can you get a Spider-Man and a Venom to go right alongside your Golden Girls and Zach Morris, right? You can't get anywhere else. Yes, I like Party Girl. Party Girl's really fun. Have you seen Day Trippin'? Or is it Day Trippers? Day Trippers? Oh, I love Parker Posey. She's even the reason why I can sort of, kind of, 10% stomach Blade 3. And I love Superman Returns. It's another unpopular opinion about me. Alexander, yes, absolutely. I have plenty of ideas about comic books in my head. In fact, I am planning on writing a comic book this fall/winter once I get the schedule worked out. So I plan on writing my own comic book. I plan on another web series that we got in development right now, but it's really, really far off, that I'm going to do with Brooks. And I have worked a little bit with Dance Panda Comics, and I did a book called Black Speck with them as the editor. So you should check that out. It's on Comixology. Black Speck by me, L.W. Allen, Amanda Whitley, and Claudio Munoz. Fantastic stuff from Dance Panda Comics. I want the James Wan pop. They did a James Wan pop this year. I should have got that one. You still got a TV with knobs? That's awesome. Super cool. We used to have, at a place I lived with, total bachelor pad in my early 20s, but we had an old school like TV with the knobs and everything, and we had an Atari 2600 hooked up to it. It was super fun. Yeah, Nelson is on Patreon, so 4 more Patreon supporters, and I'll watch The Happening, and we'll do a movie Monday. We'll probably go ahead and do, well, yeah, we'll do something special. Maybe, yeah, we'll do it. 4 more subscribers in the next week, we'll do it. Well, thank you, Santo, saying that you would buy my comic. You can go buy Black Speck right now on Comixology, or you can just look at dancepandacomics.com. You can buy print versions there as well. And tell them that I sent you. Yeah, Ninja Scroll was something I never really got into. I'm not the hugest anime fan, and Ninja Scroll was just never really my thing. UHF. Do you remember that movie with, what's his name? Weird Al Yankovic? Fantastic stuff. All right, guys. Well, we're going to be wrapping up here. It was super fun hanging out, guys, tonight on a Sunday evening of talking about some San Diego stuff, upcoming comic books. Like I said, the weekly comic book review is going to be a little bit late. Expect that on Wednesday night because of the beer that I was working on, the Straight to Ale, is debuting Tuesday night, so I have to be there to do that. And when I get back, I will probably not be in the best position to finish reading my comics. Not that I'm going to be drunk. I'm not going to do that. You don't drink and drive. And I'm not, we're going to be safe. But I'm not going to be plastered and nothing like that. But expect it on Wednesday. I just don't think I'll have the time to read all the books this Tuesday. Anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out the video and the live stream. Please do subscribe if you not already are. Check us out at popculturephilosophers.com. We got podcasts there, blogs, and a whole lot more. More podcasts coming very, very soon. We are probably weeks away from resuming the podcast schedule. So check it out. Final question from Stephanie. Biggie or Tupac? Tupac all day long. So thank you guys so much. Please do like, share, and subscribe. All that jazz. Thank you for rocking with us, and we'll see you very, very soon. And we'll be here next week for another live stream, another Robbie Rants live. Thank you guys. Keep on rocking. Keep on living. Keep on dreaming, and love everybody. And scrub your Twitter because you'll devastate me.